It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Clover Nolac Lactose-free milk that lets you enjoy dairy again. Made with love by Clover.
You're with your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Espresso, and during the last few weeks, we've been making some really delicious and creamy lactose-free dishes with Clover Nolac Lactose-free medium-fat milk. Back by popular demand this morning, though, is Dr. Nokukhanya Kanyile, and joining us as well is the brand manager for Nolac. I'm talking about Colette Harwood. Ladies, good morning. Welcome.
Morning.
Good morning.
So good to have you here. It's always so exciting to delve into that world of health and how food plays a role in that space. But Colette, let's start with you. I know that you are heavily involved with the Clover Nolac brand. You spend a lot of work crafting this brand and really just bringing it to us and bringing it to life in the most beautiful way. Tell us about Nolac, number one, but also about the Be Free with Lactose-free campaign that you're working on.
So the Nolac Be Free with Lactose-free campaign started off by educating our consumers and making them aware of the symptoms related with lactose intolerance.
Yeah.
Because a lot of consumers today live with lactose intolerance without even knowing that. So as a brand and a lactose-free brand, we felt the need to educate consumers about these symptoms and to offer them a solution by starting off with Clover Nolac Lactose-free milk.
Dr. Kanyile, the last couple of weeks have been so interesting. I've even found myself almost self-diagnosing and feeling, I feel like I'm suddenly lactose intolerant. Is that a possibility? Can that happen where you suddenly become lactose intolerant? Or what are some of the symptoms to look out for if you suspect you might be?
So it's definitely one of the things that a lot of people realize in the middle of the night. Could I be lactose intolerant?
Yeah.
And it's important to notice that it's very rare to be born with lactose intolerance.
Okay.
It can develop more commonly over time. So as you start ingesting more and more lactose products, such as milk, cheese, etc., you start to feel a little bit more bloating.
Yeah.
You start having more gas that you pass,
Yes.
abdominal cramping, sometimes even diarrhea. And then just a general feeling of unhealthiness after you have a lactose-containing meal.
Yeah.
That can last about 2 to 4 hours after that, and then it goes away. Those are some of the ways that you can see I actually might be lactose intolerant.
So could these symptoms be sort of reoccurring? How long do they last for? And what do you need to do to alleviate them? Because now you're laying in bed and you start feeling all those funny feelings and weird things happening in your body. How do you alleviate those?
So what you can be more aware of is after ingesting a lactose-containing meal, about 30 minutes to about 4 hours afterwards, you'll start having the symptoms that I've just described. It's also important to note that they will go away the less amount of lactose-containing foods you ingest. So something like Nolac lactose-free milk is really great because it has lactase, which is an enzyme that breaks down the lactose, but also it does not have lactose in it. So you won't have the feelings of discomfort. You won't feel all of those abdominal cramps that you have after eating those meals.
Which means you have to be a little bit more conscious around what foods you're consuming, right? But Dr. Kanyile, then what foods should we be avoiding if we suspect we're lactose intolerant or if we are absolutely lactose intolerant?
Yeah, so things like milk.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's lactose in there. Also dairy products such as cheese, yogurt, and hidden things like sachets that you add, sometimes coffee, even soups that contain milk-containing products in there. They don't necessarily say that they have lactose, but they might suggest things like milk, dairy, etc. So it's important to read the label and then just be aware. You can always go for alternatives and instead of just avoiding it completely.
Yeah, and there definitely are alternatives. We've had so much fun, Colette, with the Clover Nolac. I mean, it's changed my life in the most beautiful way.
Glad to hear that.
Could we expect a range extension? Are you working on something interesting there?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
All I'm allowed to say and going to say is watch this space.
Ooh, and watch this space.
Watch
We will.
this
Well, for you at home, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in the kitchen a little bit later on, making some scrumptious Nolac lactose-free apple French toast. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So if you want that recipe, be sure to stay tuned.
Clover Nolac Lactose-free milk that lets you enjoy dairy again. Made with love by Clover.